The end of 2023 was the hardest time in our company's history. For the first time in our history, we saw negative months. I mean, we were operational for 2.5 years at that time, and not a single month till that moment was negative. We were always revenue positive. We were always in profit, sometimes less, sometimes more, but we were never negative. For the first time ever, in November and December, we saw some negative months, and that was very painful. Sales were going down, clients were ramping down, the engineering quality seemed to be declining for some of our projects, and that was surprising because I was always a very strong advocate of higher engineering quality. So that was the hardest time. Our team size at that moment was around 28 to 30 people, so our expense was rising up, and our sales, our revenue was declining. So and we reached that point where our expenses increased and our profit was shrinking, and ultimately there was no profit. We operated for negative for 2 months. That was the most stressful time in the history of me running Ripeseed. And I was looking into it. I was trying to understand what's going wrong, what are we not doing right. I was trying to look for solutions online. I watched a bunch of videos. I was trying to find mentors. Like, it's not part of my nature to seek help, to reach out to people to advise me on how I should do certain things. But it was that time when I was looking for mentors as well. I was just trying to somehow fix it because it's a huge responsibility. It feels like a huge responsibility that you have so many people. You have 28 to 30 people working with you, and then you are going negative. And we never stopped salaries, we never decreased salaries. I wanted to fix it somehow. I mean, I was trying to find some way. Then the first thing I did near the start of this year was I started looking for mentors. And there is a huge company in Pakistan named Texel. I met their CEO Umair Javed. I said, like, this is the situation I'm in, what can I do? I mean, I feel like I'm stuck. The revenue is not growing, the sales are going down, the processes, the engineering quality is going down. This is not something I stand for. I mean, I stand for good engineering quality. I want to scale the business. I am putting everything. I have no other interest. I have no other focus. This is my core focus. This is the only business I am in. This is the only thing I am doing. I have no backup plans. What should I do? I mean, at that moment, it was kind of obvious that we have to reduce the team size, and that was the most painful time for us. We never fired anyone. We never reduced the team in our history, but that seemed like the hardest time in our company's history. And his advice was simple, that you have to make those hard decisions. So the first thing we did was I looked for some people in the team who I thought we might need to just let go of. That was the hardest part. I mean, the hardest part of the business is just letting someone go who has been working with you for so long, for years maybe. So that was the first step that we did. The reason for that was not only cost cutting. I mean, part of it was cost cutting as well, but it was not entirely cost cutting. We wanted to be more focused as well. So if someone is not producing some results, or if we have not been able to utilize their skills in a better way, then we just have to let them go, and so they can find some better opportunity elsewhere, right? I mean, and it's not on them. Whenever you are letting some people go, it's not that they were not able to do something good. It's that you were not able to utilize their skills properly. And I do take the complete ownership that I think we failed to make the best use of their abilities. So that was the first thing that we did. We narrowed down some people and we had to let them go, and we felt really bad, but we tried to do that in a nice way. We gave them some good severance package, some months of salaries in advance, and we gave them enough time so they can find some good job after they leave us. So that happened, and that made us a bit more focused. We started focusing a bit more on what things are working, and we wanted to just increase that. We wanted to just double down on what's working and just completely stop what is not working, so we are more focused. The next thing we did was I wanted to improve engineering. I stand for the best engineering quality. I stand for good engineering practices. But I observed that because of the so much noise I had in mind, because of all of those issues we were facing, because of the pressure, because of the stress, some projects faced that issue, and the quality of engineering seemed to be declining in some projects. So, I mean, I had the meeting with our engineering manager and I discussed that we cannot just ship bad code. Team should know that their focus should be to build good engineering products. That's it, nothing else. The team should not focus on anything else, not sales, not relationships. I mean, all of these things are a plus point, but they should not be the first and highest priority. So what we did was we just had a meeting with the team and just told them, we had an all hands meeting with the team and we just told them that we are going engineering first. So our code quality, the code we ship to the client should be of the best quality. We will not be compromising on PR reviews. Every piece of code that is shipped from our side will be heavily reviewed. The PR will not be approved if it does not passes all the good criteria, if it does not passes the highest quality of standards. And this was something that our team was able to implement very quickly and very effectively. So at this moment, all of the code that is being pushed from our side is heavily reviewed. No matter which project we are working on, no matter which client we are serving, everything that is shipped from our side is heavily reviewed. The next thing I did was I became more hands-on with everything: sales, engineering, projects, relationships, existing clients. I became very, very hands-on with almost everything. With the existing clients, I started building some relationships. I felt like there were some clients who were working with us, but I was not communicating with them more often. Some of our team members were talking to them. Our sales people generated the leads. Our client success people closed those clients. But then I was not very much in communication with them. So I started pinging those clients. I pinged them and I had a discussion with them. I found the opportunities of where we could help them more. If there is any room for increasing the collaboration, or if we are not providing enough value for them. Because if we are not providing enough value, then we should close down the engagement completely. There is no benefit for either of us to scale that engagement. But if we are providing the value, then how we can scale up that value? So I talked to multiple clients and luckily we scaled the revenue with existing clients. The existing clients increased the engagement. The existing clients agreed to sign some contracts for months, so if they have to leave, they will inform us a month before that. I started to become more and more hands-on with sales as well. So, I mean, before the start of this year, I was having a meeting with sales twice a week. I was reviewing their performance, and the meeting hardly took like 15 minutes or maybe 30 minutes at max, twice a week. But I felt that the quality of the outreach that we were performing was declining. Even though the experience of our sales team was increasing, but the quality of outreach was declining. So I looked a bit deeper. I found the issues, and it was not the issue of someone in particular, it was the issue of the process. The process needed to be improved. The sales team needed more visibility of the capabilities we had as a team. So I started building some documents where we have information about all of our projects, all of the technologies that we use in those projects, the description about those projects, and who worked on which project. So whenever the sales team is talking to new potential prospects, new potential customers, they can refer to the relevant portfolios, and that helped us a lot. So that was the first thing we did in sales. The next thing we did was I started doing longer meetings per week with the sales team. So from January to April, I was having, from I think even till now, I mean, we have 2 meetings per week, and the meetings cross 30 to 60 minutes. Sometimes they cross 1.5 hours. In those meetings, I review their proposals in very, very detail. Because salespeople are usually not highly technical. They are very good at communication, but they don't know how the actual problem is solved. So that is where they need our help. And that help can be provided by just correcting them whenever we feel like they are doing something wrong. So we started doing hour-long meetings with the sales team. I started reviewing their proposals in very, very detail. So we have like 4 salespeople. I review 5 to 6 random proposals per salesperson twice a week, and that sometimes take way too much time. We find some mistakes, and then all of the people in the sales team listen to those mistakes and they do not repeat them in the next ones. So that really helped us improve our number of leads generated per week. So we solved the expense problem, we became more focused. We solved the engineering problem, we introduced processes, we invested more in improving the engineering processes, started doing more peer reviews, and then we improved the sales as well. And then one thing I did that I was doing before that as well, and then I doubled down this year, was marketing. Before this year, the only kind of marketing we were doing was me doing personal branding on my LinkedIn, or posting content on our LinkedIn page from the company's official LinkedIn account. I watched a bunch of podcasts, I watched a bunch of videos, and I started learning about different kind of marketing techniques like demand generation, lead magnets, how to represent a brand, and how to leverage the power of a brand to ultimately close clients or attract more clients. I started reading more books, and there was a book, and I read this line over there which said, "It's not about who you know, it's about who knows you." So I started working a lot on that philosophy, and these videos that you are watching are part of that philosophy as well. So right now, 8 months later, we are in a lot better place than we were in the start of this year. The start of this year, we were going negative. That was the worst time I saw in the company's history. And then April, May, this year were the best months in the history of company. We went from the worst to the best in just 4 months by trying to improve some processes, trying to actually solve the business problems instead of just giving up. And I considered this a case study for myself as well. I wanted to document this whole case study. Like, if someone asked me at the beginning of this year that, do you think the things will turn around? I mean, I would have said, I don't know. I mean, my mind was blocked. I could not think of any way that we could get out of that situation. But right now, the way things are going, I mean, we are in a lot better place with a lot less people. Right now, we are at the strength of around 24 people. So we are doing a lot more with a lot less people. And we are still trying to scale up. We are building longer term relationships. We have improved our engineering a lot. We have improved our marketing a lot. So we are doing so many things with the same amount of time. It's just that we are more focused. So, I mean, if we are really, really willing to put some effort, if we are really willing to solve some problems, then, I mean, we can definitely solve them. Everything is solvable. Nothing that we are doing is like something revolutionary. The kind of business that we are in is not revolutionary. You have to accept that fact. We are not doing something groundbreaking, something revolutionary. There have been a bunch of consulting development firms before, even right now, and all of those firms, all of those businesses have already solved these problems. So if they can solve these problems, why not us? And we did. So hope you learned something from this experience of mine. I just wanted to document it for my future self, so if something like this happens again, I can just watch this video and motivate myself. My name is Hashir Baig. I'm a software engineer running a company for the past 3 years. I have a team of software engineers, designers, sales, and marketing. We serve clients from US, Australia, UK, and some European countries. We mostly help them build their AI products, SaaS products, and help them solve their business solutions through tech. If you want to follow me or if you want to work with me, just drop me a message on LinkedIn and I'm happy to get on a call or just have a discussion. Thank you.